Have you ever dreamed of a world completely different from your own? A world where the sun feels warm on your skin for the first time, where the ground is firm beneath your feet, instead of the gentle sway of the ocean current. For her, this wasn't just a dream. It was a new reality. She had traded her fins for feet, her voice for a chance to walk among humans. As the sun rose over the coastal kingdom, painting the sky in shades of gold and rose, she took her first breath of a new life. Everything was strange, unfamiliar, and yet, in that first moment, bathed in sunlight, she felt a flicker of hope. This was the world she had longed for. But would it welcome a girl born from the sea? Every step was a new sensation, a mix of sharp pain and overwhelming joy. Her legs, so new and untested, stumbled on the soft sand, then on the hard cobblestones of the town. She learned the rhythm of walking, the balance of her own body, a dance far different from the graceful glide she knew beneath the waves. People in the bustling marketplace would stop and stare, their eyes filled with curiosity. Who was this silent girl with the wide, wondrous eyes and an air of the sea still clinging to her? They didn't know her story, but her heart didn't care. It flooded with the pure, simple thrill of being here, of walking, of finally being part of the human world she had only ever watched from afar. The marketplace was an explosion of life, a symphony of sights, sounds, and smells she had never imagined. Back in her ocean home, the world was shades of blue and green. The sounds were the muffled songs of whales and the whisper of the currents. But here, there were mountains of fruit in colors brighter than any coral. Fiery reds, sunny yellows, deep purples. Rolls of fabric, softer than seaweed, cascaded in every shade of the rainbow. The air was filled with the scent of baking bread, fragrant spices, and the sweet perfume of flowers. And the laughter. The sound of human laughter was the most magical of all. It bubbled up, light and free, a melody she wanted to join, a language of joy she was just beginning to learn. She wandered through the vibrant chaos, her eyes trying to drink in every single detail, a silent spectator in a world of wonders. As she explored, a kind-faced woman with a warm smile approached her. "Good morning," the woman said, her voice like a gentle tune. The mermaid's heart leaped. She opened her mouth to reply, to say hello, to share the wonder she felt, but no sound came out. She had given up her voice for this chance, a sacrifice she was now beginning to understand. The words of the people swirled around her, beautiful and melodic, but their meanings were a mystery. Like songs from a distant land, she could hear but not sing. Frustration pricked at her, but she simply offered a small, shy smile in return. Her silence became her only answer, a quiet wall between her and this new world. She was among them, yet she was still alone, a voiceless observer in a world built on words. She watched everyone closely, trying to learn the unspoken rules of this new world. How to sit on a chair without toppling over, how to hold the strange metal tools they use for eating, how to greet someone with the right kind of bow or smile. It was a clumsy dance of imitation. She would try to curtsy and nearly trip, or attempt to use a fork and send a piece of fruit flying across the table. But the people around her didn't mock her. Instead, their faces would break into kind, gentle laughter. It wasn't the cruel laughter of ridicule, but the warm, shared laughter of amusement and affection. Her adorable mistakes became a source of light-hearted moments, breaking the ice her silence had created. She was learning that some things didn't need words to be understood, and in those moments of shared laughter, she discovered a language that transcended speech, the language of kindness. A small child, seeing her sitting alone, shyly offered her a piece of warm bread, their small hand reaching out without hesitation. The simple gesture spoke volumes. The warmth of the bread in her hand, the innocent trust in the child's eyes. It filled her with a gratitude so deep it made her own eyes sparkle. She couldn't say thank you, but the gentle smile that lit up her face said everything. Through these small acts of compassion, she began to form connections. She realized that even without a voice, she could communicate. A shared smile, a helping hand, a moment of quiet understanding. These were the threads weaving her into the fabric of their community. Kindness spoke for her, and it was a language everyone understood. One day, she was led through the grand gates of the palace and into the prince's private garden. If the marketplace was a riot of color, the garden was a masterpiece of tranquility. Flowers in hues she'd never seen, more vibrant than the most brilliant coral reefs, swayed gently in the breeze. The air was thick with their sweet perfume. She walked beside the prince, her steps silent on the soft grass path. He didn't press her for words she couldn't give. Instead, he simply walked with her, pointing out his favorite blossoms, his presence calm and reassuring. With every step beside him, her heart beat a frantic rhythm, a powerful surging pulse, like the waves she had left behind. It was a feeling both terrifying and exhilarating, a new kind of tide pulling her deeper into this human life. But when the world grew quiet, and the moon cast its silvery light across the kingdom, a different feeling would wash over her. From the window of her room, she could see the distant sea, a dark, shimmering expanse under the night sky. The familiar scent of salt would drift in on the breeze, a bittersweet reminder of the home she had left behind. In these quiet moments, she would feel a pang of longing, a deep ache for her world of silent, graceful beauty. She would gaze at the moon, the same moon that shone down on the ocean's surface, and wonder if her sisters were looking up at it too. She would whisper to the waves on the shore, her silent words carried on the wind, a secret message to the family she missed, a quiet testament to the world she had sacrificed. She was a creature of two worlds. Caught in the space between, she no longer belonged to the deep, silent kingdom of the sea. Yet she wasn't fully part of the vibrant, noisy world of the land. She was a paradox, a girl who had found a home, but still felt the pull of the tides, a silent songstress in a world of words. Yet, as the sea breeze gently brushed her hair, and she looked out at her new life, a soft smile touched her lips. She was between silence and song, between sea and shore. She belonged nowhere, and because of that, she was beginning to feel like she could belong everywhere. Her journey was far from over. In fact, it was just beginning. Thank you so much for joining us on this part of her journey. If you're as captivated as we are, don't forget to like this video and hit that subscribe button so you don't miss what happens next. The story continues, and we can't wait to share it with you. See you in the next episode.